pleasant day to thee, Mistress Stonegrave. I am most grateful for thee joining me this day.
Oh, gramercy! And what wilt thou be talking about this day?
Well, I had thought that I might speak of the livery collar, or better known as the chain of office.
Oh, the collar of S's!
Yes, indeed, the collar of S's. Now, the collar of S's originally denoted friendship, or loyalty, or an attachment to a great person and their family, and they were first given by John of Gaunt in the 14th century, very akin to livery badges.
14th century, that's been going on quite a long time
It has indeed. And the collars are now worn by mayors and their spouses, as well as gentlemen officers and other like personages.
Now, our town council wears a sash of burgundy and grey. Is that similar to livery?
It is quite similar. In fact, it is indeed a form of livery.
Oh, excellent.
Now, livery badges, or livery collars, can also indicate membership in orders of knighthood, such as the Golden Fleece, or the Order of Bath, or the Order of the Garter, which, I shall tell thee a secret.
Oh, do tell.
The Order of the Garter had no collar or badge until our good king created one.
Well, good on him.
Indeed
Excellent.
so. 'Tis most wondrous. Now, it is not uncommon for a family, or indeed a personage, to use more than one badge, or even a combination of several.
Now, you wouldn't want to wear all of it all at the same time.
Heavens no.
Some of it is just for fancy occasions.
Indeed. As an example, our good King Henry VIII has several devices that he might display on a badge, all at once or individually. For example, there is the White Greyhound for Richmond, and the Red Dragon of Cadwallader for Wales. There's a crowned portcullis, which comes from the Beaufort side of the family.
Oh.
And of course there is our beloved Tudor Rose.
Oh, I know that one. Sometimes it has a crown and sometimes it does not.
This is true. But crowned or not, it still doth signify the union between Lancaster and York.
Oh, excellent.
Indeed.
So glad that part's over.
Yes, are not we all? And of course, there is also a silver rooster with comb and wattle, which may be His Majesty's own personal device, and other items, but those that we have listed here are the most common.
Very interesting. Now, tell me about livery badges. Are they like heraldic badges?
They are, and if thou dost wish to sound extremely fancy and learned, thou mayst call them a cognizance.
Cognizance.
Yes, indeed.
Excellent word.
And of course, as thou dost know, being a petty schoolmistress, livery is the special uniform worn by a servant or representative of a family.
Oh, yes. Now, let me tell thee, every village lady that has ever existed knows all about the livery of the servants. For any time a representative of thy family goes out, we know what they're doing, where they're going, who they're seeing, and once one of us knows, we all know.
This is very true. I have seen it happen in my own hometown of Skipton. And of course, the ladies of Scarborough are, I would say, possibly even better at than the ladies of Skipton at coordinating such
Well,
matches.
of course we are.
Now, these badges, as thou dost well know, might be lead or silver or copper, properly polished, of course.
Very nice.
And some servants may wear a badge, but some may wear the colours of the household, as thy good town council doth wear the sash, in the colours of the rooks.
Oh, sometimes, such as at Michaelmas, thou wouldst see them decked head to toe in the colours of the rook.
Thou mayst indeed, and this is what is called full livery. And is
nice.
only ever done because it is quite a lot of cloth to wear, and thou wouldst not wish to wear such finery every day of the year.
Yes, must keep it clean.
Indeed, so it is only worn at high occasions such as Michaelmas or Christmas, or in the royal household, perhaps a coronation or grand feast welcoming an ambassador.
Oh, I should love to see one of those.
Yes. My father tells me that they are quite fancy occasions.
Very nice. Now, I have heard that livery badges specifically have quite a long history of controversy.
They do, as they have been used sort of, I suppose one might say, campaign pins.
Oh, yes, yes. So what I heard were the individual barons would try to raise their own armies, and they would signify these armies and all of their retainers with their livery badges.
They would, yes.
And it got to be quite a mess with everyone fighting and...
Occasionally, one baron's army would take on the badge of another baron's army and commit atrocities and terrible deeds.
Yes, exactly.
It was horrible. And because of this controversy and all of these misdeeds, Henry VII outlawed the use of livery badges as campaign pins for retainers and armies for anyone at all, outside of the royal family.
This seems very, very wise. Very befitting of
yes,
such a wise king.
And so, in our time of 1521, they are worn by household servants, as thou hast already said, to indicate which lord or family that they do serve.
Yes.
And thus, it does help everyone in the village, but most especially the gossips, to keep an eye on who is doing what, with whom, and whether 'tis good or ill.
Exactly.
Now, guilds, corporations, and mayors may also use livery badges.
Now, our town watch, they wear a livery badge what depicts the town of Scarborough and what we do best, and that is sailing.
It is a most wondrous badge. I have in sooth seen it myself, and 'tis a beautiful sight.
Indeed. Well, Gramercy, thou hast taught me so much this day.
It was always a pleasure, Mistress Stonegrave. I do thank thee for having me.